All right, good day, scholars. Today we're going to be making your JobFinder application, or at least we're going to be making the user interface. Now, let's go over your wireframe here. So first off, this is going to be easy to make. This is going to be pretty easy to make. This is going to take a little bit more time to make. We'll figure that out as we go, as I'm making it. This is all we're going to make right now. We're not gonna add on to it at all until we finish this first. So we might I might change this up a little bit. Um, and then we'll make this screen, but if we have time, we might make a screen where if they click on a job, it'll show them more information. But for right now, we're gonna keep it as just this. But I am gonna add some to this, I believe. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to MIT App Inventor. We'll go to MIT App Inventor, create applications, let it load, blah, 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 all that fun stuff. It'll load up whatever last app you're working on. All you're going to do is go to projects, and you're going to start a new project. And I'm going to call it JobFinder. Hit OK, start it up. So first I'm going to make it tablet size so it's easier for me to see. And then let's look at the wireframe. So first off, we just need, let's say you have a logo here, and then we'll have a who are you and a search for job section. So let's make that my profile. That makes the most sense to me. So first off, we need a logo. Boom. I'm going to grab an image over here. I'm going to add our logo. I'm going to go to picture, upload file, and I'm going to choose file. And then I have an example logo here. You guys will have to put your own logo in there however you want. This is just a placeholder for now. And you can put a placeholder in here as well and add it later. That's not that big a deal. I noticed it's in the left side, so I want to go to screen 1 up here. And I'm going to align horizontal center. Now everything on this screen will be in the middle, which is fantastic. So let's put some buttons on here. So I'm going to grab a couple buttons. Boom, 1. Boom, 2. 2 buttons. You'll notice the buttons are kind of high up by the logo. Let's fix that by taking any sort of layout and just plopping it in between. And that will space it out. So that layout will be invisible. Don't worry about that. And we can work on our buttons here. So this first button I'm going to make this search for jobs. Search for jobs. And then I'll make the second button my profile. And you can make these buttons look however you want, right? So, maybe make them, height 10%, width 70%, 60%, something like that. Same thing with this, right? Try and make them look the same. 60%. Oh, I did 70, didn't I? 70%. Oopsie. Not 770, 70%. And then you can bold the fonts. You can make them larger, right? You can make the font sizes larger. You can change the colors of the buttons. You can do the shapes of the buttons. I'm just gonna make them green. Make them whatever you want. Doesn't matter to me. And you can even change the screen background color as well. I'll make it black. So make it look how you want. I'm just doing this, to make it to show you how to do it. So that's that, right? We got that done. Let's do the profile next. So we're gonna make a new screen. So when they click on my profile, right, they're gonna be taken to a new screen, and we're gonna call that screen profile screen. Okay, hit OK, boom, and it will load up a new blank screen. There's nothing here, right? Because this is a new screen. If you go on the top left, you'll see screen 1, which is what we had, and we got profile screen, which is what we're working on. And on our profile screen, we want the user to be able to input some information about themselves. So what type of jobs are they looking for? What are the hours and salary they're looking for, and what are their qualifications? So let's just add those titles first. Let's do that. So first off, I'm gonna grab a label. Boom. I'm gonna call this my profile. I'm gonna make it bold. I'm gonna make it big. Maybe a little bit larger than that. I'm gonna align everything to the center. So I'm gonna click on profile screen, align horizontal center. And then what I'm gonna do is I am going to add a layout, just any layout, as a spacer. I'm gonna make the height of that, 5%, sure. And then underneath there is where I'm gonna have my 3 sections. Okay, so how do we want to do this? Let me think for a second. We've got 3 sections. Underneath each of those sections, we probably want some drop-down boxes. and then a text box and enter some of their qualifications. So, or maybe just a link to upload a resume. That might be easier. What type of jobs are you looking for? So let's see. So I'm thinking, I'm just thinking straight vertical arrangements. Let's put 3 vertical arrangements. Let's make them all the same sizes. So let's make the height of each vertical arrangement 25. Let's try 30 for each of these. No, that's gonna be way too big. 25, like I said originally. Height of this should be 25. Height of this should be 25. Let's see if it fits. It fits. Cool. And then width, I'm going to make for each of these, I don't want it to go all the way to the edges, so I'm going to do 90. And again, these are just for organizing. These will be invisible. The stuff we put in them won't be invisible, but they will be invisible. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, let's start popping some stuff in here. So I'm going to put some labels in here. I'm going to put a label in each of these. And the labels are, what type of jobs are you looking for? What are your hours and salary? And then what are the qualifications? So let's just type it in. What type of job are you looking for? I'm going to bold it, make it look kind of nice, maybe 24 size font. Hours and salary. So part-time or full-time? 24, bold. We need to put another label in here actually for the salary range. We'll just leave it at that, salary range. Again, 24, bold it. We'll fix that in a second. And then our last one is qualifications. I'm going to put upload your resume. Right, because if you were going to type about all your like if I was submitting my application as a teacher, I would be typing in here forever. So I'm going to assume people would just want to upload their resume. That'd make a little bit more sense to me. So I'm going to do 24 on that as well. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make the upload your resume a different section. So I'm going to line horizontal on that vertical arrangement. I'm going to do center. And let's just finish this off real quick. I'm going to put a button in here that just says upload. And we're not gonna code that. This is just to show, like, okay, if we had time to finish this, we would have the user be able to upload a resume. I'm gonna make it. Here's what I'm gonna do. You can change the colors. I'm not gonna mess around with the colors. You can do what you want here. So that looks good to me. Now we gotta fix. Let's just work from the bottom to the top. So part-time or full-time and salary range, we can use spinners for that. Easy. Boom, spinner. I'm going to put underneath there. I'm going to boom, put a spinner underneath the salary range as well. So for these spinners, okay, guys, let's make the width, let's try 40. That looks good. I'm going to make the width of these 40. And then for these, we need to put in the elements from a string in the top right for each of these. So for this one, I have this spinner selected. This is part-time or full-time. I'm going to rename this part-time spinner, just so I know what it is. I'm going to name this one salary spinner, just so we know what they are. So part-time spinner, right? This elements from a string section for this is what we put in the different things the user can select from. So for part-time or full-time, we can just put part-time, comma, space, full-time. That's it. Easy peasy. Salary range, from here, we have to add a little bit more, right? So I'm going to put, for salary range, I'm going to put, let's see. What would be the best? What would make the most sense? So if you're doing salary, let's just do 20K to 30K, comma, space, 30K to 40K, comma, space, 40K to 50K, comma, space, 50K to 60K, comma space, 70K to 80K. You guys get the gist. Let's just do, and then we'll do 80K to 90K. Here's what we'll do. And then space 90K to 100K. And then the last one we'll just do 100K plus. I wish I made that much money. So that's good for me, right? So when the user clicks on that, they'll see, you know, the options being 20K to 30K, 30K to 40K, so on and so forth. And then for the type of job we're looking for, same thing. Spinner, boom. I'm going to rename it to Job Spinner. I'm going to make the width about 40%. No, not 30, 40, please. And then we need to put in elements of types of jobs, right? So a good thing to do would be to Google types of jobs list. List of careers and jobs, types of careers listed by industry. So you could type all these out. Engineering, agriculture, education, business, financial. Just as an example, let's just do like 5 of them, okay? So I'm just gonna do them on the top of my head. So I'm gonna put education, right? Maybe they wanna work in education, comma, space, engineering, comma, space, entertainment, comma, space, what's the food? I guess food industry? Is that a thing? Food, sure, comma, space. Construction, right? You guys get the idea. Comma, space. There's a billion of them. Just put a few in there as examples. So when the user clicks on here, they'll be able to look, say, okay, I'm going to look for education jobs. I'm going to look for engineering jobs. I'm going to look for entertainment jobs, that kind of stuff. And that's pretty good for our profile. I think we're done here. So the next thing we got to do is we got to make this screen here where they search for jobs. So we're going to go to profile screen. Actually, you know what? We're just going to add a screen. Add a screen. We're going to do search screen. That's what we're going to call it. We're going to hit OK. It's going to come up with a blank screen here. I'm going to start making this one. So first off, we need a label for, say, search for jobs, right? Search for jobs. Bold the bad boy here, make the font size larger, you know, go to the screen, align horizontal center. There we go. So now we can do enter city or zip code to find employers in your area. Let's do that. Let's just put a label right underneath here. Enter city or zip code. Let's just leave it at that. Enter city or zip code. We'll make this a little bit larger. Let's make this about 20. And I'm not going to bold it so it stands out compared to that. And then we need a search bar. So let's put a search bar in here. We're just going to use a text box. Boom. There we go. Maybe make the width of it a little bit larger. You know, 70%. Probably pretty good. Can we make it fatter too? Height? Let's do 10. That looks weird. 7. Okay. So they can search here. Okay, yeah. So for the text in the text box, is there a here hint? We're gonna change the hint to city zip. And what that's gonna do is when the user opens it, it won't be blank. It will show text that says city zip in it. When they click on it, it will disappear and they can type in whatever they want. That's what that hint does. So let's see. Now we got to make all the jobs here, right? We're going to use a horizontal scroll arrangement. So first off, I'm going to grab just any arrangement. We're going to height, you know, 5%, just to push down what we're going to put down here. Let's grab a not horizontal. I was wrong. Vertical scroll arrangement. We're going to make a width of this bad boy about 90%. We're going to do the height, fill parent, and that'll give us a bunch of room here to put in our job searches. So this is vertical, right? Because we want these to line up vertically. But in the job section, where we're going to put some information, we want the information to line up horizontally. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a horizontal arrangement, plop it in there. I'm going to make the width of it fill parent. And then from here, I can start putting in information. So maybe we want... So in this little section, before they click on the job, we want the title of the job, and we probably want the salary range at the very least. So let's do that. So the title of the job is boom. I mean, both of them are really labels, to tell you the truth. So let's put 2 labels in here. So we're gonna put, you know, engineer. Right, let's say they're looking for an engineer job, and let's make the font size 24. That should be fine. And let's make the label. So the salary is, we'll put salary colon space. Let's say the engineer gets paid $84,000. I'm just making that up. We'll make the same font size. Let's bold both of these. And then this is going to look kind of weird, right? So first off, let's make the height of this consistent. Let's make this like 15. All right, that looks good. Let's make the horizontal arrangement align vertical center. And then let's make the salary range be on the right side over here. To do that, what we're going to do is we're going to grab a layout. I'm going to grab a horizontal arrangement, plop it in here. I'm going to grab my salary label, plop it in there. Then in that horizontal arrangement, what we can do is we can make the width fill parent, so it goes all the way over there. We can make the height the same as the other one, so it fits inside perfectly. We can make the align vertical center, align horizontal right, boom. Now, right, engineer, boom, salary. Okay, that looks pretty good. Maybe add on to the engineer to say like where it is. So let's say Apple. Let's just say Apple, like they're going to work at Apple. Or let's do Microsoft. That's easier to remember. That looks pretty good to me, gentlemen. I think it's all gentlemen, right? Mauricio, Sebastian, Christian. Yeah. So do that, but do it, 3 more times so you have like 3 jobs listed here at least. What should we do to make it clickable, actually? Oh my God. Let's leave it like this. We'll change it later. What you guys got to do is go through and make this exact setup 2 more times. I'm not going to do it in this video. The video is already long enough for you guys. Just go back in the video where I started doing it again, and then watch me again and make another one. Or look on the components here and copy these components, okay? So that's basically it. If you need help, let me know. Do your best to make it look however you want. Otherwise, just finish up the user interface, and you guys should be ready to add some code and make it look a little bit nicer in the future.